Hello, my name is Douglas Robinson. I am a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating a security feature within Cherwell and also talking about some of the pros and cons of it. In this video, that security feature is going to be the option to restrict one-steps to only be run or to not be run against groups by a certain security group. So what I mean when I say that, if I select the IT Service Desk Level 1 security group as an example, and in the security groups dialog and go into the rights page, under the one-step rights list, there is an option to run one-steps for groups. Now in the out-of-the-box setup, this isn't enabled for the IT Service Desk Level 1 group. However, there is a way to get around that as a Level 1 user, and we're going to be covering some of the limitations there in this video. So when I am running one-steps or modifying one-steps, as an administrator or someone who has this right, when I right-click on a one-step, I have the option to run for group. Now, if I don't have this right to run one-steps against groups, this run for group option in the context menu and this run the current one-step for the currently open group button in the manager window up at the top left are no longer visible. However, if I sign in as a Level 1 user, and in the out-of-the-box content, I'm going to use Josh as an example of this. So I'm now signed in as Josh, and I'm going to attempt to run a one-step against a group of records. So if I go to Incident, and I right-click on one of these one-steps, I don't have the option to run for group, and the button to run a one-step for the group is no longer there. However, if I create a one-step, and in this one-step I'm just going to run a one-step that shows me a pop-up message. And in that pop-up message, I'm just going to display the incident ID, and I'm going to make this run against a specific group. So in this one-step, under conditions, I'm going to set this one-step to run against a specific group. And what this does is it allows me to specify a search criteria for records that I want to run this one-step against. So instead of me opening a search and then running one-step against the current group, I would have to run this one-step against a specific group if I wanted to execute it against a group of records. So in this case, I'm going to run a one-step against any incident where the status is equal to open. Or I should say where the status is not equal to closed. That makes more sense. I'm going to copy this and say that I also don't want to run this against resolved incidents. So now I have a search criteria, and I can run this one step against this search criteria. So I'm going to execute it. So while I can't run against the current group, if there is one with the run for group option, I can run this one step, and it does execute against every incident in the search or in the group of results from that search criteria. Now, upon first learning of this configuration, I actually thought this was a bug, but if we sign into the Cherwell Administrator tool and we go into the Edit Security Groups page, go into Rights, and then select the one-step rights. After you've selected Run One Steps for Groups, if you click on this little eye icon up at the top right of the window, It actually does explain what this is going to configure, and it says if set, the file run for group option is displayed for the one-step manager when there is a group of records shown in Cherwell Service Management. What this means is there is no way to restrict a user from running a one-step against a specific group of records. Now, you may want to restrict users from being able to create one-steps and run them against many different records in the system. However, the only way that you would be able to do that would be to take away their access to create, edit, or possibly run one-step actions from certain places within the same Edit Security Groups dialog. For more videos like this one, or if you have any questions, check out our YouTube channel and feel free to subscribe at youtube.com/beyond20llc. You can also reach out to us on Twitter at beyond20.